All right, back here on CBS Sports HQ, some big news coming down for the Minnesota Vikings, and they're going to probably have some depth issues at wide receiver. Jordan Addison facing a 3-game suspension. So he pled to a lesser charge in his DUI trial and will receive a fine and probation, and then also that 3-game suspension. So the Vikings are looking for wide receiver help on the trade market. Justin Jefferson dealing with a hamstring injury, although he is expected to be ready for week 1. But when we look at the receiver room as a whole, we do have an article right now on CBSSports.com talking about the top 5 potential wide receiver trade targets for the Vikings that they could go after. So we have Alec Pierce, Juwan Jennings, Adam Thielen, just some of the guys. And again, we have a full article right now over on CBSSports.com that lays it all out. And it is time for Division Preview presented by Verizon, and we are targeting the NFC North. Jacqueline D'Agostino, Amanda Guerra, and Kyle Long here with us. Kyle, the Vikings in this division, wide receiver help, something that they're probably going to need. When you look at those 5 guys there that are listed out, any of them catch your eye as a potential good target for the Vikings, or is there someone else? What do you think?
Well, the more the merrier. And when I look at the Minnesota Vikings with Kevin O'Connell, he'll have the ability to put whoever it is, if he decides to bring somebody into the building to bolster that room, in position to have success. I mean, let's just use Adam Thielen as an example. That's a guy you know he's going to be where he's supposed to be. He's not going to take the top off the defense, but he can help play within your scheme. And then, you know, I'll work further down the list. The 5th guy named there was Sky Moore, who was a high draft pick for the Kansas City Chiefs, tested well, plays fast, but there's drops. The reason the Chiefs love him is because he does well in special teams. Alec Pierce, the other guy from the Colts, another guy. You can get him the football in space, make people miss. There's a lot of options there on the street or that you can barter for. But I think for the Minnesota Vikings, don't panic. The hamstring is obviously cause for concern to your best player, Justin Jefferson. Addison will be back. That is a really good second option for Justin Jefferson. Makes him that much more dangerous. People have to choose where they're going to allocate their resources. But for J.J. McCarthy, it's going to be uphill sledding with this kind of new look receiver room. You didn't expect to step in with an unhealthy Justin Jefferson, with Jordan Addison coming off the street.
I was going to say, how concerned are you, or how much more difficult does it make J.J. McCarthy's job when he is dealing with injuries like this in that receiver room, and he doesn't have any experience really?
Well, he doesn't know how difficult it is, even when it's a good situation. So, I mean, it's going to be a whirlwind for him. The onus is on the offensive line in protecting their young quarterback and establishing the run game, be able to open up all the other things that Kevin O'Connell wants to do, and then just play the waiting game. Be patient. Your defense is good. You've got a great defensive coordinator. The cavalry, the reinforcements will arrive for the Vikings. Addison will come back. Jefferson will get off the injured list, and J.J. McCarthy will settle in.
All right, pack your patience if you're a Vikings fan, apparently. When it comes to all of those things there, let's talk about the Bears. We had Emory Hunt on yesterday, and he gave us his playoff bracket. Lo and behold, he has the Bears winning the NFC North. I don't know how you feel about that. Give me your thoughts on that, but then also a place with this team that we really can be excited about is the wide receiver room.
Yeah, there's a lot to be excited about for the Chicago Bears, and big shout out to Emory for
being bold,
being a truth teller there.
A truth teller.
Honestly, I would say this about the NFC North. It is one of the rare divisions where you can get beat any number of ways. They can beat you up on the ground. They can beat you up defensively. You know, there's great coordinators all over the NFC North, but it's an arms race as it pertains to the quarterbacks and the coordinators. That's where the real success will happen. And for the Chicago Bears, I think they're 12 months away from having a real shot to make a run at the whole thing. This year, the NFC North is going to be very tight. I still think it's going to be the usual suspects at the top.
But with his wide receivers, though, get us excited about that at least.
Okay, so
because Luther Burden, you're already making like TikToks about him.
You've got DJ Moore, who is your kind of do everything, do it all volume kind of guy. And when I was in Chicago, it was Brandon Marshall. Throw him the ball 2 yards off the line of scrimmage and let him just beat people up for 10 yards to get the first down. Roma Dunze is a do everything prototypical style wide receiver. So they've got 2 motifs there, 2 archetypes. And then the third guy, the one that I'm probably the most excited about, is Luther Burden out of the University of Missouri. The guy showed up and has dominated since day one. If you ask people in that building how they really feel about Luther Burden, they say he may be wide receiver #1 by the end of this season in that room. And there's a lot of really good, talented players in there.
And Kyle, to your point, Amanda has fan edits of Luther Burden on his social media.
I'm getting good. I'm getting pretty good. Getting pretty good.
Watch out, social team. Here comes Kyle Long. as we look ahead to week 1, we have the Lions in the Packers.
Yep.
Packers right now 1.5-point favorites. So to your point, it's tight even in the individual games. But what are your expectations here in this divisional matchup in week 1?
Divisional matchup. You're trying to show people that you're still the same team we thought, that you thought we were as it pertains to the Detroit Lions. A lot of questions about the coordinator exodus there, but at the end of the day, it's Dan Campbell standing at the front of the team meeting room. You can't tell me you're not going to be fired up for a football game. I don't care what play they run. Look, this is black and blue division, NFC North. This is what it's all about. And there are 2 teams that I think are going to go potentially in different directions this year. I see the Detroit Lions being part of that be patient group, because guys like Aiden Hutchinson, it takes a long time. Yeah, he may be active in practicing, but he ain't going to be Aiden Hutchinson until I'd say week 8, week 9. That's where your legs start to come onto you. Amanda's rehabbing right now. It won't feel right for you for another year, but you keep busting your ass, and you're going to end up feeling pretty darn good. That's where the Lions will be. Aleem McNeil, another name that's going to need to step up for them. And on the offensive side of the ball, they've still got the group of people that beat you up on the ground and win outside. Amon-Ra St. Brown's still on the team. Penei Sewell, Jared Goff. The leadership positions are still there.
By the way, that game going to be on CBS in the afternoon slate starting at 4:25 on Sunday the 7th, first week of the NFL. Okay, NFC North, pick to win. Who do you got?
I'm going to have to go with Dan Campbell and the Detroit Lions. I feel like you can't fake toughness. You can't fake winning the line of scrimmage. And I'm not going to take for granted the experience and calm that Jared Goff gives everybody in that building.
By the way, Kyle told me when he said, when he was talking to me about my leg in rehab, he's like, I mean, you really effed that up. It's never going to be the same. So he's talking about rehab. He's not giving you a lot of hope there. Kyle Long, though, is the charming host of Pushing the Pile podcast along with Mike Renner. Check him out as we get ready for the NFL season just around the corner. You can watch it by scanning the QR code.